Okay, Art 116. This is the point at midterm that I like to give you a, I guess, an update on what we're going to do the rest of the semester. Okay? So, what I have is I want to be able to tell you, excuse me, is that we have to come and make a company that is primarily fictitious. I don't want to use an existing company. So, our first step in the logo process, you don't jump straight to digital. You have to go through a lot of research. So, number one, this is what you give to clients. You They already know the name they want. Okay? So the company name is I Give a Plant. Okay? Now, they also have picked their colors. It's going to be this green and this other kind of a grayish brown. Okay? So the first thing you want to do is research it. This is what it all takes. So we're going to go now to, we know the name of it. You have to ask the company, what's your core values? Okay? What are you looking for? What are you about? They will provide you with their tagline, giving, nature, life, charity. Okay, so once you see that, you know that giving and charity is kind of the same and nature and life's kind of the same. So we have created a, you know, a point of reference where you can research. The next thing you got to do is you got to know what is this company about, okay? So I Give a Plan, a new fundraising platform, provides people with the right tools to raise money for tree planting campaigns, okay? So they have provided you with what are they about. Now, in some cases, you might not even be hired. You might just be a proposal. So you have to go out and do all this research yourself, okay? The next thing is they will ask is how are you going to come, what's your idea? So you put out what are their core values, then you think, well, what's a plant? Green, tree, fruit, leaf. Then you got to say give, donate, provide, hand, offer. The thing, how do you give? Look at the title. I give you a plant, okay? Then you ask this kind of little logo tree, what does give mean? It does mean you use a hand to give, you donate when you give, you provide when you give, and you offer. Okay? Then you have what is a plant? A plant, we've already looked this over. It can be green, it's a tree, a leaf, or fruit. Now, when you think about the color green, you're not thinking about, say, uh, the obscurity. You're not thinking of, oh, well, not all plants are green. Well, they are if they're healthy. Okay, so let's stick with a universal color when we say the word plant. Also, we look at research material. Okay, so when I go down, you can go on any website, you can Google, whatever. What is it that you need to find out? Here's other logos that people have done. Okay, and then here's an actual photograph with all you're using this, then you have this graphic of an illustration with a wheelbarrow and blah blah blah. All you're doing is gathering reference material. You're not ripping it off, okay? And I've seen everything, so don't try it. Okay? And then you're going to pick the colors for them. They think they know what they want, but when you say green, there's 100 different hues of green, okay? And shades and tints. So you have to come up with a color scheme for them. Okay? You got to remember why you're getting hired. You're not getting hired because they know how to do it. They're hiring you because they don't know how to do it. So, what the first thing that, even though you have reference material, the one thing about a really successful logo is that it's simple because it has to be produced big and small, and the logo has to work being shrunk down or blown up. So the first thing you do, most people think, well, you're in digital art now, you just go straight to the computer. No. And don't rip anything off. Try using your own ideas. So you just go to the old analog paper with a pencil and you start making these rough little sketches that are called thumbnails. And of these thumbnails, they're basically doodles just to get you where you want to be. So if you're thinking about a hand, think about a graphic hand, okay? Then once you put your ideas in motion, you're going to refine it, okay? Now you're just refining your sketch, and then finally we're going to get to what we call a working rough, ROUGH. And so we're going through the thumbnail phase. We find one we like or the client kind of get an idea. We go ahead and flesh it out the best we can, and then we import it into Illustrator. Now, why Illustrator and not Photoshop? Because you always have to have a vector version of what you're doing, okay? So what I'm going to do is make sure that you know this process well. I want to put this in your head because you're going to come up with your own company, okay? I'm going to show you how to put the text to it, and then later we'll do it in Illustrator. Another video coming.